What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about my EDC, which is nothing new. This is, and this, it happens to be a repeating theme, unfortunately, as I'm late to the show. But the truth is, I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff, and as far as testing and gear stuff, like I don't have the time I used to, so I can't just go out and start carrying something right away and that kind of a thing. So this is the KNAFS original lander. Okay, so there's a Lander 3 and Blade Show just happened, and I heard there's a Lander 4 coming out. So yeah, this is not breaking news. You guys know about this, probably had one and don't even carry it anymore, who knows. But I'm giving my opinions because now is the time I got around to carrying it more. When this came out, I got it. I thought it was really cool. I carried it, I used it, I liked it. I realized I never made a video on it. It got put away, I rediscovered it. This is what happens often times when you see videos and you're like, Jeff, man, why are you showing this now? We've seen a million videos already. Well, it's just my turn. That's all. It's when I'm ready to do it. So yeah, so now I'm just talking about it. So this is just the original Lander. Very, very simple. This one has a D2 blade, 2.75 inches, all right? They sell these for 45 bucks. It's really straightforward. I think it's really well done. We have a drop point, which is and also flat ground, which is a nice combination. And this drop point is an interesting blade profile. It has more belly than normal for this like style blade. I shouldn't even say that because everything's different. There's so many different versions of what a drop point blade is, but I'm just saying like it comes across as kind of unique in that it has a little bit more of that belly. Still have a nice fine tip, even though it's not a fragile tip at all. But anyway, 3.6 inches on our handle, so it's our close length. We have a G10 scales on here, and the scales are what make this knife special. We'll talk about that in a moment. And 6.4 inches overall, 2.4 ounces, so it is pretty lightweight. It's very well made. I mean, for a $45 knife, it has a caged bearing system in here, so it's super smooth. The fitment is really, really nice, so that you get a very clean, crisp opening. So the detent and the ball bearing, it creates pressure. So obviously, I mean, if you're new to knives, you don't know this, right? That's what retains the blade in. So as you're shutting the blade, you can see it kind of nestles in its spot, right? So it doesn't easily fall out. What that also is doing is it's generating pressure when you're pushing on here. It doesn't just like float out with like no effort. You build up pressure, and when it finally is enough pressure to push the bearing out of the detent, it comes out with force, right? And so it comes out with so much force that it opens and locks. It's just very nicely done for a cheaper knife. And yes, in 2025, a $45 knife is considered a cheap knife, right? It's an affordable knife. It's just well done. That's all I could say. Is it's a simple knife. There's not much to it. I have to say, like I love the banter is another Ben Peterson design. Shout out to Ben. Ben's just like an awesome dude. I like everything he does. He's been all around so many different facets of, the knife world, working for BladeHQ and CRKT. I mean, he's just been, and now KNAFS, obviously. He's just an awesome guy. I really feel very, what's the word? I feel lucky, honestly, to have been able to spend time with him, talk to him. He's just like the nicest dude on earth, and he really has such a passion for knives. So that goes into that, and that's what you see here, really. That's the reason why I'm bringing that up. It's funny, because recently I was talking to someone, and I was talking about when I went to Blade Show. It was 2014, and we did Chop Fest for CRKT. And at that time, Ben was working for CRKT. So in Atlanta, Georgia, in 100% humidity and probably 95 degrees, a group of us, Gavco and my wife and I, and there's a couple other people there, and of course Ben, we all walked down the road to like a man-made like stream. I don't even know what it was, but it was a waterway. We climbed down a hill, and we're like pouring sweat, and we're just testing out CRKT stuff, chopping wood and making fires and testing knives. It was a blast. But I recently saw that video again because I sent someone the link to it. So I got Ben on the brain. You know what I'm saying? What is up, guys? Ben on the brain. Anyway, so there you go. The what is up, guys? That's his whole thing. That's his intro. That's what you see up there, WIUG. But anyway, so back to the knife. it works. It's like the Banter. It's just a different design. It's very clean, very simple. It is a liner lock here. It locks up great. There's no blade play in any direction. Again, having the caged ball bearing system there makes it nice and smooth. Ambidextrous thumb studs, a little bit of jimping on the back of the blade there. It's like micro jimping, but it actually works. It's sharp enough where you feel it. It's, you know, it can prevent, like right now I'm pushing forward. When you're using the knife, I don't really feel it much at all, but when I'm purposely trying to use it, yeah, it's grabbing my finger. You know what I mean? Even though it's so teeny tiny. We have skeletonized liners on here. All right, see those holes? All right, so it lightens it up a little bit. Open back design, so it doesn't get, you know, filthy and dirty as easily as a closed design. We have swappable clips. So this is a tip-up right side carry, which is the preferred method for most knives, right? But we have a cutout for left side carry and an insert. Like that's something you normally don't see on cheaper budget knives, right? So you don't just have an opening there that's uncomfortable on the hand. It fills that space for you. So you would obviously take out the insert and swap it to the other side, and then bring the clip to this side if you wanted to carry a left side carry. It is a deep concealed clip. It does have perfect spring tension, so it's easy to get in and out of the pocket. Gliding on these barely textured blue G10 scales, it just slips in and out of the pocket very nicely. So yeah, I mean, this is just really the epitome of a affordable beater. Only complaints really for me, it's kind of an odd size. It's a smaller knife. I get a 3-finger grip, but I want to naturally like grab it like this, and it's like I get the half pinky, and the half pinky becomes uncomfortable. So I purposely have to lower my grip on the handle. So that becomes just a little awkward sometimes. That's really my only gripe on it. I wish it was just a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger, which sounds funny to a lot of people. It just is what it is. But it happens as far as my specific hand size lands right in between those two sizes that I feel more comfortable with. I did save the box here. To the moon, amigos. KNAFS, Utah, USA. Of course, a California cancer warning. All right, there it is. We got the Lander Blue Stonewash combo. Oh, that's what I want to go over. Well, let me show you this first. So you got the little paperwork there, which I'll read to you. Because, I mean, the whole idea of KNAFS is to be fun, to enjoy knives, right? So you can read this if you want. All right. I don't want to make the video too long. You can pause there and read that. Shows you opening and closing, swapping scales, which is a big deal. That's what I want to go over. There's a schematic, which is fantastic. Shows you the screw, the hardware size, right? I mean, that's all information everyone wants. So this is actually really informative paperwork. That's refreshing, right? QSP does that too. They do like a blowout or blow up of the knife, whatever it is. That's just awesome. I love it. So yeah, scales. The whole point of this knife was to be a platform to represent yourself, right? To try different things, to customize knives. So they make it very easy with the scales here, and they sell a bunch of different scales. So you basically buy the base knife, right? This happens to have black hardware and stuff. And then you can go ahead and just buy whatever scales you want to make your lander whatever you want it to be. It's the whole idea is to make it easy to customize stuff because people love tinkering with things. And in the pack, you do get a new set of hardware as well, all right? Just in case you strip things out or, you know, lose a piece. That's very, very nice. Again, projecting the idea like, go ahead, we want you to take your knife apart and put cool scales on it. You know what I mean? So what you end up doing is you give someone a budget knife that's super cool, and when they get bored with it, they swap scales and they have a brand new knife. It's what they always loved before, but in a whole new look. You know, some dudes like to match their knives to their gear. Guess what? You can get a bunch of different scales if you wanted to and match with a bunch of different looks. So overall, just super, super cool. Like I said, this is actually not going in the box, going back in my pocket because I am EDCing this one today. And that wraps it up. That's it. No more knife. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I wish KNAFS the best of luck in the future. I already see a bunch of their stuff. This is the only knife I have from them right at the moment, but I've been following them since the beginning, and there are other models that I definitely want to check out in the future. It's just awesome to see a brand new knife company evolve and you know, really just become a staple. So just super cool. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section, do you have a lander? And if you do you still carry it, or did you move on to something else? Something bigger and better and badder? I mean, I know a lot of us love all these different types of knives, but there's just not enough room to have one knife, right? So, unfortunately, there's so many cool knives that they come and they go. They make it to the pocket. They're VIP. You're using the thing every day, and then even though there's nothing wrong with it, it's awesome, it's got to go back in the collection, because guess what? Your pocket space is valuable, and there's a new knife you got to try. And then after that one, there's another new knife you got to try, and it never ends. And that's okay, because the journey is most fun. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.